But the aide's much-anticipated report released Monday also detailed errors the FBI committed during the investigation, specifically about surveillance warrants issued for a former Trump campaign aide. Here are the key takeaways. Legal and unbiased origin of the probeIn. No uncertain words. The Inspector General says there was no political conspiracy to undermine Trump's 2016 campaign. Horowitz did not find documentary or testimonial evidence that political bias or improper motivation influenced the decisions to launch the investigation. The report accuses a former FBI lawyer of altering a document related to the surveillance of campaign aide Carter Page. But Horowitz did not find that it undermined the overall validity of the surveillance. Conspiracy theories debunket report essentially rebuts more than 2 years of talking points by Trump and Republicans about a deep state effort to derail his campaign. There were no FBI spies planted in Trump Tower, for instance. And the famed dossier by ex-British spy Christopher Steele was not the reason the investigation was launched, the aide report states. Horowitz specifically says that Peter Strzok, a former senior counterintelligence officer, and Lisa Page, a former FBI attorney, whom Trump has repeatedly vilified and mocked in crude ways, did not act out of bias or unduly influence the start of the investigation. The aide's office found that the FBI did not try to recruit members of the Trump campaign as informants, and did not try infiltrate the campaign itself, either by instructing sources to get hired onto the campaign, or by sending sources into campaign spaces to collect information. Horowitz will be pressed to explain his conclusions Wednesday before an unfriendly audience, Trump ally Lindsey Graham's Senate Judiciary Committee. Serious mistakes by the FBI. How the report doesn't back up conspiracy theories promoted by Trump and his allies. The Inspector General details 17 significant inaccuracies and omissions in 4 applications for surveillance targeting page. A low-level FBI lawyer, now under investigation but unnamed in the report, doctored an email that he sent to a supervisory FBI agent as they tried to determine whether they needed to inform a special court overseeing surveillance warrants that Page had been a U.S. government source in the past. The information was not included in the surveillance warrant applications, but it could have been exculpatory because some of Page's past contacts with Russians were approved by the U.S. government, the aide report said. The Inspector General also found highly partisan instant messages, insulting Trump and calling Vice President Mike Pence stupid, sent by the low-level FBI lawyer. After the election, the FBI lawyer said in a message, "Vive la resistance." While it's unclear how significant a role the altered document played in the FBI's investigation of Page, Horowitz did not find that it undermined the overall validity of the surveillance. The FBI and Justice Department also misstated a key piece of information about Steele in the FISA applications, the aide found, saying that while Steele had previously provided information to the FBI that helped further criminal investigations, his reporting had never been used in a criminal proceeding. In an unusual move, Barr and Durham go on the attack. Attorney General William Barr and John Durham, the U.S. attorney leading a separate review for Barr, are unhappy with the aide's conclusions about a lack of political bias. In an unusual set of public statements Monday, Barr and Durham said the FBI investigation into Trump's campaign and Russia was flawed from the start. The Inspector General's report now makes clear that the FBI launched an intrusive investigation of a US presidential campaign on the thinnest of suspicions that, in my view, were insufficient to justify the steps taken, Barr said in a statement. It is also clear that, from its inception, the evidence produced by the investigation was consistently exculpatory. Durham emphasized that he's doing a more extensive investigation into the FBI's Russia probe, promising there's more to come from the top levels of the Justice Department. Our investigation has included developing information from other persons and entities, both in the US and outside of the US, Durham said. CNN's David Shortell, Marshall Cohen, Catalin Polantz and Evan Perez contributed to this report.